Welcome back now to a big development that affects millions of road users. It's been reported that no new smart motorways are set to be built in the UK because of serious safety concerns, and it will leave loads of you, no doubt, thinking, why is it taking this so long? Viewers on GB News can now see footage of the M4 near London, where work to turn the route into a smart motorway was finished last year. There we go. It's an absolute car park, so not exactly a great situation to be in there, is there? Anyway, it was supposed to keep traffic flowing more smoothly, but the absence of a hard shoulder, proper hard shoulder, anyway, has led to the deaths of many, many people. Today's news comes a day after a coroner said that an accident on a stretch of the M1 in South Yorkshire, which left 2 pensioners dead, would not have happened if there had been a hard shoulder. And just before I go to my guest, can anyone else just think this, which is how obvious is that? How obvious is it that if you remove a hard shoulder from a motorway, it becomes less safe? I am joined now by Claire Mercer from the campaign group Smart Motorways Kill. Look, Claire, thank you very much. If it's all right with you, would you mind just giving me a bit of context about your family's, well, terrible experience with a smart motorway? Is that OK?
Yeah, no problem. My husband was killed on a smart motorway 4 years ago. He just set off for work at 8:15 one Friday. He had a minor collision with another motorist. It should have just been, an inconvenience, a bad start to the day. But because they were at a sign that said no hard shoulder for 4 miles, and 4 years ago we knew less about smart motorways than we do now. They didn't know what to do, I assume. And I don't know if they also assumed, like a lot of other people, that the technology actually works. Perhaps they thought the gantries and things would pick them up. But it's your legal obligation to stop after an accident. They had no hard shoulder. There was nowhere else for them to go. So you can see them on CCTV travelling a distance, trying to find a safer place to stop. They pulled over as far left as they could, but they couldn't get their vehicles out of the live running lane because of the crash barrier, and they themselves couldn't get over the crash barrier because there was a 30-foot drop. So the 2 of them ended up stood in a live lane at 8:15 on a Friday morning, and the inevitable happened. A HGV that can't manoeuvre like a Fiat 500 ploughed into them bodily and spread carnage across 4 lanes of the motorway. And even when there was absolute carnage across all 4 lanes of the motorway, even then the technology didn't work and didn't pick them up. And the road wasn't closed till nearly 10 minutes later, when members of the public were phoning in saying, close the road, for God's sake, close the road.
I'm very, very, very sorry to hear that, and it should never have happened. And unfortunately, it was a deadly accident waiting to happen, because anyone in their right minds can see that if you remove the hard shoulder, then it becomes less safe. And if you do not have the technology, which would be the one saving grace to all of this, if technology works, I've reported on situations where the cameras on smart motorways fog up and they have to point them towards the sun instead of looking down at the road, and look, terrible things like this happen. So do you want to see an end to smart motorways forever, and the idiots who came up with the idea held to account?
Definitely, that's what I've been trying to do for the last 4 years. Our only agenda as Smart Motorways Kill is to get the hard shoulder back on every single motorway. I don't care if they call it a redesign. I don't care if they want to save face. I don't care if they want to admit they've wasted up millions of pounds, billions of pounds of the taxpayers' money on something the taxpayer doesn't want. I don't care what they say, but we need a hard shoulder back on every single motorway. And, I mean, they justified it. I read a report just after Jason was killed that justified removing the hard shoulder because it would save the average commuter 4 minutes a day. So that's 2 minutes to work and 2 minutes from work. Well, so they killed my husband and a 22-year-old and Derek Jacobs and Charles Script and Nargis Begum just on that strip of M1 alone for 2 minutes a day anyway, which is absolutely barbaric. But then, I don't know about the other incidences, but in my husband's case, the road was closed for 9 hours and there was a lot of people trapped for many, many hours. They had to do a rear release of the traffic bit by bit. And that wiped out everyone's 4 minutes for the entire year, and 2 people died. So it doesn't save. You said yourself, the traffic jams, it doesn't save any time.